Okay, guys, I am super excited. We are going to try to make this short and sweet tonight, but we do have quite a few new distributors. Like, look at that. There's 45 of you guys on right now, which is amazing. Um, my name's Elissa Bowman. For those of you that don't know me, I am your ambassador upline if you're on this Zoom. And I've been doing this for like 8.5 years now, which is crazy, you guys. And a lot of you are probably just like I was when I started. No idea if I was going to be a success story. That was so far out of my mind. I wanted to try the products. I wanted to make some money. I thought, you know what? If I could make $500 a month, that would be crazy. And I could finally stop living paycheck to paycheck and maybe get ahead on some of my bills or actually be able to travel at some point in my life. And I could go through my whole story. A lot of you guys probably already have heard it or maybe even seen a work from home opportunity video with me in it. So I'm not going to waste your time with my story, but I just want you to know that I've probably been exactly where you are. And if you haven't had that freak out moment yet where you're like, what did I do? I can't do this. I don't have experience. I'm not outgoing. I haven't used the products. Like, whatever your thing is, just know that you're probably going to have that moment of self-doubt, because we all have it. And we're here tonight to help you guys hopefully overcome that and get past it so that you can start putting in the action that is going to make you successful. So just know we've all been where you're at. And my friend Tiff is on here tonight. She is amazing. You guys are going to love her. She's a top enroller for the whole company every year. And she is one of the top leaders on this team. So I'm going to let her just share just a tiny bit, and then we're going to dive into a little bit of training and then a few things that we're going to have you do tonight to start hopefully building your network and making money, because we know that's why you're here. So Tiffany, hey girl.
Hello everyone. Like Elissa said, my name is Tiffany. I've been in this business now for 4 years, and unlike some, I actually joined not for the money. I joined as a distraction from a really hard loss. This company, I always tell people I was not looking for this company. This company found me. Like, God brought this into my life at the very perfect time. And one of the things that really stood out to me, and I hope that you grasp that through tonight's training, is the team. Like, this team is more so like a big family. I mean, we are very close, and it is our goal to help you reach your goal, whatever that goal is, whether you are in it to, like I was, as a distraction and to, make friends. You want to help other people, you want, a couple extra hundred a month, or maybe you want, the big money. Like, we're here to help you reach those goals. And I could not be more excited just to pour into y'all. This company has completely changed my whole course of life. It's not only retired me, but it's helped, bring my husband home from his demanding career. And recently we just helped, sent him to the fire academy, something that he's always wanted to do. And it's just something about finally getting to that point and being able to, have options. Like, that's, they always say, money doesn't buy you happiness, but it gives you options. And that is just something that it's really hard to put a price tag on. So anywho, that is enough, a little bit about me, and I will shoot it back to Elissa so we can dive into this training.
Really quick, Tiff, I'm going to have you share too, but I kind of, because we have different stories, want to just share quickly what life looked like right before we joined It Works, just because, I think people see us now where we're at in the business, and they forget, like, hey, we had normal jobs. We had normal, like, there was nothing special about us. We didn't have crazy followers. I didn't even have an Instagram account. Like, that didn't even exist, I don't think. So before this business, I was working a retail job. I managed a boutique for usually 6 days a week. I was working anywhere between 40 to 60 hours a week. I also coached club volleyball a couple nights a week, a couple weekends a month, just to have enough money to break even. So that was kind of my career. So I get it. A lot of you guys are busy, and we're going to get to know you a little bit in the chat here. But then Tiff, I know you had a really busy life before joining too. So just share about that real quick.
I did. And, in fact, I declined this opportunity for 6+ months because I had a plate full of life. Y'all, I work 60+ hours a week. I was crazy, crazy busy. I never saw my family. I was the first mom to drop my kid off at daycare, the last mom to pick him up from daycare. My mom she was really ill. She's still really ill. So I had that on my plate. We just relocated to a brand new town. So I knew no one in my town at all. I'm extremely shy, extremely introverted. I remember when I finally became remotely close to saying yes, I said, if I have to talk in front of people, count me out. If I have to travel anywhere, count me out. Like, I just want to like hide behind my phone, answer questions, and that's it. And it's just funny how this business helps you grow within over a 4-year course period. But yeah, I had a crazy plate, y'all. I mean, and it's still crazy loaded. But the thing is because this business, I got to take that 60+ hour a week job off my plate so that I can focus on what is on my plate that actually matters. Like, and that's really cool. So yeah, you don't worry about it. I promise. Like, we were not always at home. We had that life, and we're here to help you work your business throughout whatever's on your plate right now.
All right. Yeah. So that's the American dream, right? Work, 40 to 60 hours a week just to pay for the house that you don't get to spend any time in, away from the family that you don't get to see, but so that you can afford to, have childcare or whatever. Like, it's sad that life just keeps getting more expensive, but employers don't want to pay us more money. And so I know that a lot of people, almost everyone that joins us has full-time jobs. So you're not alone in that, having to time block and figure out ways to build this business. So we are going to help you do that. Okay, so we're going to dive into a few things. Tiffany's going to just share some tips with you guys really quick. And then we want you to click around, because there is a chat box on Zoom. I know a lot of you guys haven't been on Zoom before. So kind of click around your phone or computer, find the chat box, because we're actually going to have you guys use that tonight just so that you can get used to it. We do a lot of things on this Zoom app, so we want you guys to be familiar. So go ahead, Tiff.
Okay, so starting off, hopefully you found that chat. I want to ask everyone a question just so that we can know where everyone is from. Where are you from? And what would you do with an extra $500 a month? I would absolutely love to know that. So just drop that comment hopefully y'all can find it. But I would love to know that. I mean, I couldn't even fathom $500 when I first started. I mean, keep in mind, I did not join for this. And then when I finally had the remote vision that you could make money in the company, I was like, if I could, that $500, that's daycare, y'all. Like, that was daycare money. And so I just took off. But so now that we're getting the comments, I want to just talk to y'all a little bit about just starting. You don't need to know every single thing when you get started with this company. Okay. You start now, start where you're at, start with fear, start with pain, start with doubt, start with hands shaking, start with your voice trembling, start and don't stop. Start exactly where you are with what you have. Just start. And what's really, really cool about, like I was talking about our team, is that we have so many amazing resources, and some of them Elissa will touch base on in a little bit. But we have every single thing to help make this so easy for you. But the only thing that we can't make you do is that's put in the action. And we don't want anyone to have any regrets and look back in 3 months, 4 months, 6 months, a year, and just say, what if I would have at least tried? What if I would have pushed for a good solid 60, 90 days, a year? What would have happened? And we don't want y'all to think about that and have those regrets. You never know if this business is going to be for you unless you actually try. And that's one thing that we just want you to understand, is just to dive in blind. I can tell you, and I would love, I see a bunch of leaders on here. I would love for y'all to just drop in the comments and let us know exactly how much you knew when you joined. Like, did you know anything when you joined, or did you lean on your sponsor? I think that that'll be really fun for everyone to get to see, because I know for a fact I like utilized the heck out of my sponsor. if I had to know everything to be successful in this business, y'all, I probably would not be sitting here talking to y'all today, because like I said, I work 60 plus hours a week. I didn't have time at the time to get to know every single thing. You know, I would get a question, or my sponsor would direct me and like, you know, post this or try this or do this. And then I would get asked a question, and I would take that question to my sponsor. And that's how I've grew my business for a good solid, you know, few months. So you're going to hear us go over that a little bit more in depth, and walk you through how to utilize us.
Sorry, you got muted.
But I just want to make sure that y'all know that, you know, you're not going to hit your target, whatever that target is. You know, again, if it's just grocery money, if that's a couple extra hundred, if it's daycare, if it's a car payment, if it's a mortgage, if it's to bring yourself home to your child, you're not going to hit that goal unless you get started. So that's the very first thing that we want to make sure, is that we don't just put one foot in the door. We put both feet in the door and we just go all in. So I'm going to send it back over to you, Elissa.
Love it. Okay, lots of people in the chat saying I couldn't be successful if it wasn't for my sponsor. And it's not because we have anything magical. We just have more experience. And my sponsor was actually brand new. So we learned a lot by trial and error. And the person above her had, you know, she was kind of new. And so my first Facebook posts were terrible. I sent out messages that were way too long and had way too much information. But you know what? Somehow I'm still sitting here. I survived. It was fine. And I've made over $1 million now just from my phone. But I didn't start with these perfect posts. I didn't have this glamorous life. I still don't find myself glamorous. I mean, hey, look at this. But I didn't have anything special back then. I just took the action and then I learned from it. Okay, that worked. Let's do that again. Okay, that was terrible. I didn't, you know, that didn't work. So we'll fix it next time. Okay, so be okay with being a beginner. We all start making $0 with most of the time zero experience with the products. Lean on your sponsor for now. And yeah, so moving on. Okay, so most of you guys should be on our 7-day launch page. Depending on when you joined, it may have been a 15-day launch page, but we recently just redid it. So even if you've been in for a little while, maybe you have had a slow start, or you didn't really get started, or you just kind of need some extra assistance with what to do on a daily basis, find the 7-day launch page or message your sponsor and say, hey, I need to be added to that. And it is truly a 7-day launch. So every day you visit the page, there's day 1 through day 7. There's one post for each day, and it teaches you how to do, most of them, just one thing for your business. Okay, so one thing that we do every day to be successful each day. So that way you can very thoroughly learn what we do without hopefully being too overwhelmed. And then there is also a photo album on that page that has post ideas for days 1 through 7. So you'll find the photo that says day 1. All of the caption ideas are in the comments. Okay, so it's that easy. You know, as you are consistent and you get to know the business and you get to know more of the products and you're following more people in the company, you'll have more ideas for posts. But we wanted to make sure, at least for that first solid week, that you guys aren't confused on what kind of stuff you should be posting and how to post. Okay, so that's there for you guys. And then, okay, I want to get a show of hands, or you guys can just answer me, maybe not a show of hands because you can't really do emojis on Zoom, but who has sent out messages since they joined and has either been ignored or been told no? Okay, I want to see. All right. That was fast. I see some. I have me. Okay. And I can raise my own hand. Okay. So can we all agree that we are all on the same page, that we have all sent messages, and we are still alive, that it did not kill us to send a message that someone did not respond to or that they said no to? Okay, yay, we all lived. Okay, so that's gonna happen when you own any sort of business. It's just, that's how it is. Okay, so I want you guys, so a part of my story that we can kind of skip to is I actually owned my own business for 3 years while also doing this. Okay, so I have that perspective of, okay, people are gonna come into my store and they're gonna browse around and they're not gonna buy anything. That's normal. Like, how many times do you guys go to a website to online shop and you add something to your cart, or you just look at, you know, a few things on their website and you don't buy something? Okay, it's normal. Okay, so people are going to do the same thing here. we also have to know that people are just busy. People maybe don't understand it. People don't have the money. Like there's a million reasons that people don't respond. Okay. But our job is to share. Our job is not necessarily to get people to say yes, like, yeah, it'll happen. But our job is just to share the business, to share the opportunity. Okay. What people choose to do with that is on them, but it's a seed planted. Okay. We are all, you'll hear us say that analogy a lot. It's all about planting seeds, planting that initial seed with someone to let them know what you're doing. They will start to see your post. You'll follow up with them, and the consistency is what's going to pay off. So if you picture this as a normal business, okay, thank goodness it's not. Thank goodness it's not, because you don't have to pay for rent or employees or have inventory or have all the bills, okay, so yay for that. But if you picture it like a normal business, then you understand that people would have to drive by your business day after day after day, and eventually they might come in, and then they might not buy anything that day, but eventually they're going to come in and shop. So our social media, or however you're choosing to build your business, if you're doing it, we like to say belly to belly, but face to face, or if you're wanting to do parties, however you want to do it, it's going to take some consistency to pay off. Okay. So that's why we want you, if you're brand new, to go ahead and get started, because we know it might take a little bit of time and a little bit of consistency for people to actually stop and shop with you. So again, give yourself a little bit of grace. Know that it's okay to be a beginner, that we all started right where you are. Think of it like a normal business. It can pay you like a business. The nice thing about this is that it can pay you like a business, but you also can do it from your phone, in your pajamas, looking like a hot mess, however you want to build the business. It's flexible, and it's totally up to you at what pace you want to go. Okay, so I want to encourage you guys tonight to message the person that you joined with, tell them specifically what your goal is and how hard you want to be pushed or encouraged, or where you need help, okay? Because your sponsor needs to hear from you in order to help you reach the goal that you want to reach. And more than likely, your sponsor also is a normal human being that has a lot of life going on, that wants to see you succeed, but it's so much easier for us to help you when we know where you're at. And I would even take it as far as messaging your sponsor and saying, okay, these are my self-doubts, or this is where I'm nervous. Let them help you, encourage you through that. Okay. So, I could go on, but Tiffany is going to share some social media tips with you guys. And then we're going to have you guys make a post. So raise your hand. I'll do this one more time before Tiff talks, but go ahead and tell us in the comments if you have not made your first post yet, or if it makes you nervous to post. Go ahead and tell us in the chat. If you're over it and you feel good about posting, then tell us that too.
Okay, so we're going to talk a little bit about social media tips. And let me backtrack, because I did not say this part whenever we were introducing ourselves. But when I started, I literally just downloaded Instagram. I had 80 followers on Instagram, maybe 200 friends on Facebook. And I really was one of those people that just shared funny things all day long. Like I didn't know anything about social media. So I promise, if you don't know a lot about social media, you will be successful. You can be successful. I'm proof of that. But there's a couple things that we're not going to go crazy in depth. There's a lot that we could go into. But the main things are to remember that people still want to see you. Okay. Just because you signed up to be an It Works brand rep does not mean that It Works needs to be all over your social media. It Works is a brand of their own. People will buy you and fall in love with you before they ever fall in love or want to buy the products or want to sign up as a distributor. So you have to keep that in mind. I encourage people to try to aim to post about 3 times a day. That is something personal, something business, and something product. And you can space those out, but always, always, always make sure that something personal gets on your page, whether that's a quote, a picture if you have children, a picture of your child. It could even be, there's some days that, I have a personal picture. It could be of my child and me holding a coffee mug, talking about thank goodness for this magical coffee that I'm drinking. I always try to make a little bit of a mystery with social media. And that way people come to you and ask you. So that's tip one, just continue to be personal. Tip two is to use other people's stories. If you have a personal, like if you were, there's some people on here that were customers first. If you were, drop a comment in the comment section and let us know if you were a customer before becoming a distributor. That's awesome. But maybe you've never tried a product before at all. And I would love to know that too. If you've never tried a product before, you can drop that in the comments. But if you have never tried a product or you don't have your own personal story, you can share others. I know that I have a hair, skin, and nail one. Elissa has a cleanse one. There's several people on here that have personal stories that you can say, my girl Tiffany, look at her hair, anyone wanting to grow their hair out. Like, utilize and pull from other people's testimonies till you have your own. That's what we're here for, and that's why we share them. In our team page, there is a photo album full of before and afters, and your sponsor can also direct you to where we can find specific ones. If you ever get, somebody wanting to see stretch mark cream before and afters. I just had that the other day. We can help you find that. Just come to us. Like Elissa said, we don't know how we can best help you if you don't come to us with questions. We love questions. I cannot emphasize that enough. Like, we love questions. So utilize our stories. That's business stories. Utilize our results until you grow your own. And even then you can still utilize ours. And then another thing is, don't think that you don't have a story. I think that so many people, they sign up and they're brand new and they're just like, well, I don't have a story yet. You do have a story. Just because it may not have been written in stone just yet, or maybe the company hasn't paid you that $5,000 or $500, whatever you're looking for just yet, doesn't mean that it's not going to happen. And you can dream, and within dreaming, you can post. So, think about where do you want your life to look like in 6 months to a year to 5 years, and now turn that into a post. Let your audience see you dreaming big, because they're going to fall in love with that, and they're going to want that too. If you're sitting here and you're talking about, I absolutely cannot wait till, this company brings me home, and, I'm able to travel in the summer with my child, and so forth, so on, whatever that may look like for you, you're going to catch the eye of somebody else that's also sitting in that situation that wants that life for them. So don't feel like just because your story hasn't necessarily been written just yet that you don't have a story. And remember why you joined. Why do you want this? Like, what did you join for? Talk about that. I joined this business for such and such and such and such. People will relate to you, even if it's just gas money, y'all. People will relate to you. If you joined to pay for formula, if you joined to pay for diapers, if you joined simply for shopping money, people will relate to you. So be loud about why you join and what you want from this company, because that's what people will fall in love with. And also remember that posting is your open door sign. You're going to hear us talk about that a whole lot. The way that, I don't know, this is just a tidbit into social media, just so that y'all can think about this when you're posting, because I know sometimes when you post something, if you've only gotten like one like, maybe you didn't get any likes at all, maybe you didn't get any comments, you think that, oh my goodness, I'm scaring my audience away. But here's the thing, only 7% of your friends will see that particular post. So keep that in mind, that if you have 500 friends and you, for some reason, you posted in just an awkward time in your network and you didn't get any likes or comments, that doesn't mean that you're scaring anyone off or that people don't like your post. That just means that nobody really saw it. And that's why we say stay consistent, and you've got to keep posting, because only 7% of people will actually see that post. And the more you post, the more that you kind of embed that in people's brain, as they're like, what is this crazy coffee she keeps talking about? What is this business? What is this talk about paying daycare, or, with not my own money? Like, they will grow to want to know more information. So stay consistent posting, because that's how people know what you do. So with that said, I could go on and on and on about social media tips, and Elissa may piggyback off of me and throw a couple more. But really quick, I'm going to drop a comment into this that's going to be a post. And if you've done one like this, kudos to you for already getting this type of post up. But if you haven't done one like this, go ahead and get it up. If you have, let's just change it a little bit. You can edit it, but we're going to post about this. It's our host to post contest. So basically it's going to say everyone that shares their most recent photo in their camera roll is eligible to win $250 to TJ Maxx on Sunday. If it's inappropriate, lie to me and show me the second most recent one. And then I did a laughing emoji after that. Now, just in a nutshell, we'll touch base on host to post a little bit, but host to post, if there's any golden nugget, host to post is it. Like, I didn't have host to post when I started. I know Elissa didn't have host to post. I know some of my leaders didn't have host to post because it just kind of started growing about a year ago. And it is amazing. And basically, in a nutshell, what it is exactly kind of what it says. You have a friend post on their wall for you. So it's kind of like having a lot of little mini distributors in your back pocket. Like, you may only have 200 friends in your network, but maybe you have 5 friends and each of them has 200 friends in their network, and now you have them all posting for you. And because they posted for you, they get to go into our team contest, which is really cool. So we're going to start with that. If you get any questions on it, if you get comments, drop them in the comment section here. Let us know. And yeah, I think that's it. I'm going to send that back to you, Elissa.
No, that's perfect. And if you guys have not been through the new distributor training and you don't know what host to post is, just put the post up. We swear we will lead you through what to say. There's never an emergency in this business. Like, if you get a comment, don't freak out. Like, it's okay if you wait a little while to message people. So we'll walk you through it. We'll put some messages in the chat before we get off that you can copy and paste, assuming that some people comment for you. Okay. I did see some people in the chat, 2 things. The first thing being not getting any likes or comments, like not getting feedback on posts. Hi, that's me too. It happens to all of us. Even being 8.5 years in, I don't have any sort of like magic formula for getting likes. But what I can tell you is it's consistency, it's learning, it's tweaking things, it's watching other people that are successful, seeing what's working for them and trying to mimic it. It's okay to be a copycat as long as you copy the right cat. So if you're struggling with what to post, message your sponsor again and say, hey, can you send me a list of people that I should follow on Facebook or Instagram or however you're choosing to build your business? And they'll give you a list of people so that you can kind of keep an eye on those pages, and you can just screenshot post ideas. You can copy and paste them to the notes in your phone, and you can tweak them and post them later. You can save their post to a collection if you know how to do that. There's lots of potential for that, but a lot of us just use variations of what other people are posting. So don't stress so much over the likes or what exactly to post, because it's not the perfection, it's the consistency of posting that is gonna pay off for you. And a perfect example is yesterday I posted about our cleanse. I think my husband liked it, and I think like an aunt and 2 other people that I'm not even friends with that are men, and I'm not sure how they found it. Okay. There was no potentials on that post, but I got 2 messages in my inbox from it. So you just don't know who's seeing it and when they're gonna act on it. And with weight loss, for a lot of people, when you're promoting weight loss products, there are people that don't want to publicly say, hey, I want to lose 50 pounds. They would rather in the inbox that to you, but it might take them seeing 4 or 5 posts before they even decide to reach out. And if they're only seeing about 7 to 10% of what you're posting, it could take them a while to see 5 of your weight loss posts. So that's why we say you don't have to blow up your feed with only it works. We want you to mix it up. We want you to brand yourself. We want you to talk about your life too, but just keep in mind that the consistency is what pays off. Okay, so hopefully you guys got that post up. Let us know in the chat when you've done it. We're holding you accountable. You can take 5 seconds to, you don't have to turn your camera off, but go in your Facebook app, make the post, add a colorful background if you want to, and let's see if we can get you guys some comments, and then come back and let us know if you get some comments on that post while we're still on here. Probably about 10 minutes left, okay? Okay, so really quickly, this is on the new distributor training page too, so I wanna make sure you guys see it. I won't go into too much depth, but it's a quick way to put cash in your pocket. And I know a lot of people like cash, so the company just came out with a new sample program. And if you are new in February, you actually have some sample credits inside your sample app. So you would go to IW exclamation point samples, or is it sample? I need to look. Sample, it works sample, and your credits will be on there. And the company will actually send sample packs to your potential customers. So go to the 7-day launch page, read through the sample day because it gives you sample messages. I'm not going to go through all of that tonight, but if you're someone that's like, I need to make cash now, did you know that 400 billion cups of coffee are consumed every single day? And even if you're not a coffee drinker, you are bound to know probably 1,000 people that drink coffee, whether they're your Facebook friends or not. You encounter people every single day that love coffee. So it's a smart product to lead with, but you can also make quick cash. And we sell our sample packs for $15 or $20, depending on what you want to charge, but we can get them at a discounted rate through the eSuite, which is your back office. You can log in, you can order sample credits, and then the company does it all. You don't have to go to the post office, you don't have to pay for shipping. They do all of that, but you get to put cash in your pocket. So that's amazing. I used to have to go to the post office to to send off my samples, and now I don't have to do that. So I think it is day 4 or 5, maybe on the 7-day launch page. So make sure you guys have seen that. And then I think the last thing that we're going to talk about tonight is building your team, growing your team. Because a lot of people join and they're like, I don't know anyone that'll want to do this. I don't know anyone that, I haven't made any money yet. I want to wait until I make some money to share it with people. I can tell you this, people that would benefit from an extra income. 110%, I am 100% confident that someone that needs extra money, okay? Because the sad reality is most people are living paycheck to paycheck. So take that off your brain. People, okay? It's just a matter of finding the people and how to share the opportunity with those people. But the cool thing is if you signed up, well, really all of you should have this. So if you signed up in January or February, you should have codes in your account. So I'm going to show you where to find it. You're going to log in using your ID number and password. You're going to click on the reports tab, and you're going to find the promo code report. And you each have 3 promo codes for people to join you for $69, okay? So they don't have to join at the full price. They have to use them this month. So we want to encourage you guys tonight to start making a list of the people that you want to work with. It can be people that you want to travel with. It could be your best friend. It could be a girl that you haven't talked to in 5 years, but that you think would just be amazing at this. It could be someone that needs extra money. It could be someone that already has a successful career, but they never see their family. I mean, there is no limit. Like I said earlier, it's not our job to choose who wants the products and who wants the business. It's our job to share it. So Tiff, if you want to share 1 or 2 tips about just recruiting or using the $69, whatever you want to share, it'd be awesome.
Well, I'm going to piggyback off of yours because you kind of stole mine. But when I first started, I was terrified to reach out to people. I prejudged everyone. I was like, oh, she has a lot of money. They have a really nice house. There's no reason why she would want to make money. Her husband has a good job. I mean, like, we all do it. I mean, and that's what I was doing. I was going down the list of people to message, and I was prejudging people. And it wasn't until I went to, a training and heard someone say that it's not our job to judge. It is not our job to, basically, by you prejudging if they need it, you're robbing them of an opportunity. We do not know what they have going on inside. Social media can be a crazy highlight reel, and nobody is going to post if they live in this crazy house, but maybe they can't afford it. Or maybe they're, have a good career. I had a good career, y'all. But I didn't necessarily join for the money, but it brought me home, and I needed it in the time that I do. Like, you never know what somebody has on their plate if they need this. So don't judge someone and rob them of this opportunity. Ashley Sinclair has always said, be that professional asker. That's what we are. We're professional askers, and it's up to them to decide if they're ready to jump or not. Be you, be excited. Your excitement will fuel everything. It goes back to what we just talked about. You don't have to know everything at all, but your excitement is going to make them intrigued. Your excitement is going to make them kind of go, well, maybe if you're so excited, like I think I need this in my life too. And, you know, she always challenged us just to basically be super bold and be that ignorance on fire and say, you know, hey, I'm about to make $1 million. You coming with me or not? Like, it's awesome. It's good if you don't know everything. Like if you did, you wouldn't be here. We wouldn't be here. Like we still are learning right now. But y'all, take that energy, take that excitement. You have your hands on gold. I promise you that, and just run with it. And they're going to feel that energy from you. And that's what's going to make them curious. And that's what's going to make them want to sign up with you.
Okay, so this is one of my favorite questions to ask, and it's probably the last one we're gonna make y'all answer tonight, but I need to know how long it took you to join. Actually, two-part question, I tricked you. How long did it take you to join, and how did you find the business? Was it like social media? Was it a friend? Was it face-to-face? How did you find the business, and how long did it take you to join from the first time you were either asked or the first time you reached out? I love seeing these. 6 months, 2 months. And if you guys didn't also see in the chat, Crystal threw in some messages there for you guys so that when people comment, you can use those scripts that she shared. 1.5 years, oh my gosh, that's amazing. 9 months, 2 months, 3 or 4 weeks, 1.5 years, 2 years, about a week. Oh, someone signed up from a host to post. Someone's host to post, that's amazing. Okay, so this is actually very interesting because, okay, there's lots of months, even years that it took you guys to join. So I just want y'all to know, none of you are allowed to quit before, let's see, at least 2 years, because there are people that are on here tonight that didn't join for 2 years and are now in the business. So you are all now locked into a 2-year contract with us because you don't know who on your newsfeed or who on your friends list or people that you are going to meet in the next 2 years that at some point in the next 2 years are going to need this opportunity, because they always say that every 9 months someone goes through a major life change. So every 9 months there is an opportunity for someone needing an extra income, because every 9 months it could be a baby, it could be their husband or themselves getting laid off from a job, it could be a divorce, it could be a loss, it could be, there are so many things that can happen in life that shift someone's perspective. So when you're planting seeds tonight and messaging people about, hey, come figure out this business with me. I don't know what I'm doing, but I know you'd be great at it. Let's figure it out together. It might not be their night tonight, but sometime in the next 9 months, they might go through something and they need this opportunity. So it's your job to continue to show up and to work and to be consistent and to find the people that are ready now while you wait for those that aren't going to be ready quite yet, okay? Because that's just the reality of it. Not everyone is ready the first day that you talk to them. But what's really interesting in the comments is there are a lot of people that joined in a day, 2 days, or a week that came from host to post. So that is fascinating because we used to not have people, you know, not everyone's going to join that fast from host to post, but it just goes to show you that you guys should be doing host to post because we're signing distributors from it. Okay, so that was the last question. Tiff and I are going to leave you guys with just 1 or 2 last final thoughts, and then we'll let you go. Okay. So the first, I'll go first, Tiff, since I'm just talking without breathing over here. Sorry, I get really excited about helping people make money. Okay, so 2 things. You don't need a crazy support system to be successful in this business. Okay, I hear it all the time. There are probably half of you that are like, yeah, my friends and family, like a couple people placed orders and they were very supportive. There's probably the other half of you that's like, my friends and family don't want to order from me. They're not, you know, supportive of this. Okay. I hate that for you. I truly do. But a lot of us were in that same position, if I'm being honest. And it's sad that sometimes the people closest to us are the ones that are most skeptical or don't want to see us do something different, right? It should be the opposite. But as long as I've been doing this, have had 2 family members ever order from me. Okay. A lot of my best friends aren't in the business. A lot of my best friends don't use the products for whatever reason. They're crazy. still love them, and I'm still very successful. And that's because when I started a business, I didn't expect my friends and family to keep me in business. When I owned my own boutique, I didn't expect for them to shop with me every month so that I could pay my bills. Okay, it would have been nice had they done that, but I didn't expect it. And I knew eventually, owning my business or working on social media, that I would have to find a way to market myself and to grow my network and to find people to shop with me. So we're going to teach you that. So if that's you, it's okay. Like, it's okay. It might take you a little bit to branch out of that warm market if they're not supportive, but we're going to teach you how to do that. And host to post is one of the best ways to do that, because you're finding friends of friends. And then next month when we do another giveaway, you now have those friends of friends that are going to host a post for you. And then you're going to you're going to have their friends, and it's a never ending ripple effect of people that you can reach. Okay. So utilize that. And then my very last tip, we've already mentioned it tonight, but please stay in touch with your sponsor. Okay. If you're not getting help from them for some reason, like, reach out to someone so we can make sure that you're connected. Send screenshots to them, ask for help with conversations, ask for help with posting. Like, that's what they're there for. And 100%, we want you to blow up our phones with questions, because that's how we know who is serious. And that's where we know where to spend our time. So make sure you're staying in contact. You will not bug anyone. We promise you. Okay. So Tiff, your last final tip, and then we'll let everyone go.
Yes. So my tip is kind of like a little mini homework session. I want you to do this not only for you. I would love for you to have this as a Post-it note next to your computer, your phone, in your wallet, wherever you need to be able to see this every single day. But I would love for you to share this with your sponsor. I want you to write 5 things down that you want from this business. And, the reason is because we didn't get to where we are with every single day being rainbows and butterflies. And we know that we just talked about, you're going to have some days where people don't like your post or don't comment on your post. And even though that's just the way that Facebook works, it has nothing to do with your post, it can be discouraging at times. And the last thing that we want is for you to ever be discouraged. So what I want you to do is to write down those 5 things. And for me, it had nothing to do with money when I first started. I wanted to find my happiness again. I wanted to, maybe meet some people in my new town. If that was making money, then that was awesome. So think about why you joined. What are 5 things in the next 6 months that you want to come from this business? And when and if you ever just have that weird feeling of, nobody liked my post, or nobody commented on this, I want you to go and I want you to read that. And I want you to remember why you started in the first place. I always tell people now, your why grows like every single day, like in every moment in this business. I never imagined being home, more or less retiring my husband. Like, that was never even a fathom. I could never even dreamt of that when I first started this business. And now there's no way that I could ever look at my son and be like, well, I'm so sorry, honey. I'm going to have to figure something out for you during, summer school, or, during summer when school's out, because mommy, this just got too hard for mommy. This is so easy. And it's very, very simple when you really, truly get to the nitty gritty of just what we do. It's more mental than anything. And that's where I just want you to know and understand that we have your back. We are a huge support team, a huge family, and we're always by your side. Whether it's your direct sponsor, the sponsor above them, you can always come to Elissa and I. Like, we're here to help you reach those goals. And I just want you to always remember and never forget what actually made you hit that submit button the day that you hit it, because that there is what is going to drive you through the next few months. That's it.
All right. We could go on and on and on about how much we love this business and give you guys a million more tips, but we really just want you to take action. Start doing host to post, get some samples sold, make sure you're on the 7-day launch page. It'll take you through step by step on things you can do to build your business. And until you feel comfortable, just keep repeating those 7 days. Truly, like she said, it's so simple. Once you learn the business and the ins and outs of the few things that we do every day, you just repeat and you repeat until the people start ordering from you and joining you and all of that good stuff. So consistency is key. We are so, so glad you are here. We've got your back. We're excited for you. We can't wait to hear from you with all of your questions. And that's it. Thank you guys so much for jumping on, and we'll see you later.